Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Abhinav, and today we'll be having a very important and interesting video that is about how to survive in a medical school. So the contents in this video, I have all the things that I have said are coming from my personal experience, what I have felt. So all these things came to my knowledge only when I was in the pre-final year. So I thought that I could have known it during my first year itself, so that I could have performed better in my college. So I don't want you guys to feel like that. So I thought that maybe I could share whatever I've experienced in my medical school. So I'll be sharing you the 6 important things which will help you survive in medical college. Not only survive, but it can also help you to succeed. With these 6 things, you can score great ranks, and also will become a better doctor. So I'll discuss about these 6 important things which will help you to survive in your medical college. Make sure you subscribe and watch till the end of this video, because each and every point is important. Okay, so the first thing is what I learned was the art of taking notes. So in your college, there will be lots of lectures going on. So during each lecture, you may listen to the professor, but not everything you can remember back. So what you will do is, the best thing that you can do is, you will have to take notes. So taking notes, how does it help? So when you take notes, this can also serve you in future as a paper for revision. So usually we would have seen in the medical books, each chapter will be like 150-200 pages easily. So revising those things in a quick time is not easy. So if you have been taking notes in your class, you can easily revise to the notes, and before the exam you will get a good idea about the subject. So another advantage of taking notes is that whenever during your lectures, your teacher, your professor might stress out on certain points. So you'll have to take that down and mark it as important, because you know what, those questions may pop up in your exam as well. So if you're listening to your lecture properly, you can also score easily. So how I've explained now. So taking notes is very important. So whatever notes you take, save it. In the future also, it is going to help you to revise. So taking notes is very, very important. Practice taking notes. So it will be difficult in the beginning, but as you do it regularly, it will become a habit for you. Plus, taking notes would also keep me awake whenever I feel the lecture is boring, or I feel if I am very sleepy. So you can try that as well. Now, the second important thing is that labs. So you may have gone through anatomy labs, histology, pathology labs. So whenever you're going to any lab, make sure that you learn about those concepts earlier itself. So if you are going to learn about the anatomy of the heart today in the lab, what you will do is, you will first read about the anatomy of the heart in your anatomy book, or you can also use the photographic dissection of cadaver. Those kind of books are also there. So you will have a knowledge before, and then when you go into the lab, you are already knowing something. So whatever you know, you can search for it in the cadaver. So whenever you find those things, it will be easier for you, and you will tend to remember it for a longer time. So whatever you know, only those things the eyes will see. So if you are not knowing the concept and you are just going to lab, and if you are seeing all those things, for that time maybe you can remember. But as a long-term memory, it's difficult for you to remember it. So it is what I felt was that whenever going before the labs, especially in histology labs, we'll read about those epithelial structures, and all those things. We'll learn about it. Then after seeing it in the slide, it will be easier for you to describe instead of just seeing pink and blue. Okay, so whenever I tend to see slides, I draw it in my paper, and the subtle findings I used to mark it. So whenever in the exam, when I see those slides, it's easier for me to identify it as well. So guys, use those labs very wisely, because in your medical college there are lots and lots of things which you can make use of. So definitely make use of it. So that was the second point. And the third point is about whenever going to a lecture, before going to the lecture, what you will have to do is you will have to read about the chapter in ahead. Okay, so even before attending the lecture, you will have to read about that topic the previous day. Okay, so whenever you learn or read about those topic ahead of time, and you go and sit inside the lecture hall, what you are going to do is that you are not going to learn something new. You are going to practice which you already know. So by saying like asking you to read, I'm not asking you to read the whole topic before the class, but you just have to go through it so that you will get a broad outline or just a general concept about what you are going to learn today. So when you do that, you can easily interact. You will be able to understand it easily, and it will be as a long-term memory. And during the lecture, you might also get few doubts. So because if you're not knowing anything and going and attending the lecture, you will learn for that time. Then only after coming back to your room, you will read it again and you will have doubts. So what you can do is that you can read ahead of time and then go sit in the lecture, learn it properly, and whatever doubts that you get there, you ask it to your doctor then and there itself and clear it out. These things will stick to you as a long-term memory. Remember guys, whatever we do in our medical college, we try to make it as a long-term memory, because we don't have enough time, and on the other side we have lots and lots of things to learn. So you can't keep revising everything again and again, because you won't have time for it. So make sure that whatever you learn, it should stick to you at least for a good amount of months. Okay, so the important thing for you to is read about the chapter ahead of time. Okay, this is going to really help you, and this is really a game changer for you. So the next thing is solve multiple choice questions. So when nowadays we have many apps, we have many websites which provide you free questionnaires. You can solve, whenever you read about a chapter, you can go there and solve MCQs as many as you want. Because whenever you solve many MCQs, you will tend to correlate the questions and the subject. Instead of just learning and solving it for the first time in your exam, that is different. So you practice solving the questions. You have to get the attitude of choosing the right answer. So when you solve more and more questions, you will then come to know how to eliminate options, which things are asked frequently, and how to easily manage the time that you have been provided. So solving MCQs on a daily basis is equal to reading something daily. Okay, so solving MCQs is really important, and you also have sources. The only thing is this, you will have to spend some time and solve it. And the more important thing than solving the question is, after you solve, you will have to read the explanation. You will have to see what went wrong, why have you given the wrong answers. You will have to evaluate yourself. Okay, so solve MCQs, evaluate yourself, and get better. That was it. So coming to the fifth point, this is quite a tricky one. So whenever I don't understand certain concepts, or per se whenever I don't have time before an exam, I'll have to read like 10 chapters and I have only 2 hours. So what I will do at those times is I will look at the board exam videos. So usually board exam videos like Kaplan, Boards and Beyond, and we have many other things, arrow, prep ladder, all those things. What you can do is, whenever what they do in those videos, that they will take a chapter, they will concise it, they will include all the high yield and important points in those videos, and only from those the questions are most probably asked. So what I do is that if I don't have time, I go and look at those videos. So it will be easier for me to revise about the subject instead of knowing nothing and going into the exam. By seeing these things, at least I know something, and whatever I know is very important and very high yield topics. So that will add you many extra marks, which will be a game changer for you. And in those videos also, what they do is that they use simple English. They convey the concepts in a very easy way. So whenever I don't understand certain concepts, I go to these videos and I will look after it. So I'll clear my concepts, and then I'll come back to the book and I will read it. Whenever you're a medical student, the first thing for you, the first material for you is always your books, because only this time you'll be able to read your books properly. Later on, anyways, you are going to attend the exams, and for that exams you are going to watch these board exam videos. So that is something going to happen in the future. What we are doing now is that we are just using certain parts of those videos for our better understanding, or due to a lack of time, just to pass the exams. Okay, so because ultimately pass or fail, that is what is going to matter. So the important thing is that you'll have to stick to your books. Books are your best materials. So stick to the books. Only when necessary, you will have to go to this board exam videos. And the sixth and very important thing, the one which many students do not do it properly, and as a medical student, I was also not doing it properly, is having a proper food diet. So we all know that in medical colleges, it's like breakfast or attendance. We always go to the attendance and we skip our breakfast. So that's a very bad habit, and I can understand it now. So try to change your schedule. Try to wake up early and try to have your breakfast always. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner are always to be taken at the proper time. You don't have to take your breakfast at 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. So breakfast is meant to be taken in the morning. So you will have to have some food in order to have energy, in order to attend the morning lectures properly, in order to listen to the lectures carefully and take notes. And if you are not having food, you will feel sober, or you will feel like tired all the day long. And food is really important, and that is being neglected in most of the medical students. So what I will suggest is that have a proper diet. Please take your breakfast. Please do not skip any food meals, or always have a proper diet plan. Wake up early. Have a good sleep. Okay, you'll always need a good at least 7 hours of sleep. So try to manage your time accordingly. Okay, so these were the 6 things which I learned in my medical school. Unfortunately, I learned these things a bit late, but fortunately for you, I am telling it now so that you can use it when you're in your first year itself. So hopefully you'll get through the medical school with flying colors. So I wish all the best for you guys. So please subscribe to my channel if you haven't still, and we'll be seeing in another video. Thank you.